So we'll go ahead and let's get into our MariaDB, and let's go ahead and do our do your sudo. What we're going to do is we're going to classify some data using a subquery, and we call this subquery derived table. Why they call it a derived table is because this table uses an alias when we do the subquery. So we're going to use the orders details and the orders table in our Northwind. So make sure you're in your Northwind database. Let's bump it ahead a little bit. Alright, so let me pause this for a second. Let me go back. And pause this. Let me pause this here. So what we're doing here is that we are making a statement, and we're using the case function, and we're using the case statement, and the case statement uses the keywords when and between. So if it's between 0 and 5,000, then it's upon, and then you can see the next hierarchy there is 5,000 to 10,000, it's a knight, so on and so on, a rook, a king, and a queen. So I'm classifying this using chess pieces, from the lowest to the highest power. And of course, queen has the most power on the chessboard. And we're making a alias table called order group. And as you can see, we're also using the order details table in the from clause, and interjoining with the orders on the two fields of order ID. And this is the results, as you can see. This is the results. And we're using three fields: customer ID, total sales, and order group. From the order group is from the alias table. All right, from the alias table we made. Okay, and you can see there's pawns, spends the least in sales, has the least in sales. Then it's knight, and then the rook, and then the king is the next highest sales, and then the queen. As you can see, the queen has the most sales of all the customers, has done the most sales, or has purchased the most, as they say, in this Northwind. Okay, we have a little bit of a problem here. So I went back and I go ahead and pasted the query in there. And as you can see, the query, this is a query, so if you want to pause the video and take a picture or whatever you want to do, and then type it in. So we're grouping by customer ID, and this is the query. Between 0 and 5,000, then is a pawn. Between 5,001 and 10,000 is a knight. Between 5,001, etc., etc., etc. And we use the end as keyword in the case statements. Keywords are case, when, between, and end as. Then, don't forget then, and then is the last keyword we use before closing up the case statement. So just look at this syntax and kind of get it down and kind of understand it. And we're using the order IDs on both of those tables as a common field. And this is the result again, and as you can see, this is what we do. This is how this derived table is made. It's just a subquery. Thanks for watching.